Welcome to our video tutorial series of SIMLAB's Stages platform. We recently released a robust addition to Stages, giving comprehensive management of users across projects and teams in Stages. Let's learn about this powerful new suite of tools. Organizations give the ability to set up users and their permission in projects and teams in one place. If you are a single user, you may use organizations, but it's not necessary. If you are part of multiple projects shared with multiple contractors with different access levels and permissions, this is where you will be able to manage everything about those controls. Let's look under the hood. I have previously set up a brand new user subscription in Stages for this tutorial. I will log in to the web version of Stages with this new demo user account. Our opening screen is always a list of projects I have created or I've been given access to in Stages. As expected, the new user does not have any projects. We can easily press the plus icon at the bottom of the project panel on the left side of the screen to create a new project. You can see in the pop-up box that opened, we do not yet have any organization set up to add our project to. We will need to either set up our own organization or ask for an invitation to an existing organization. All projects must belong to one organization. We can either click on the Organizations button in the pop-up or click the Cancel button to close the pop-up, which I will do, then select Organizations in the top left menu bar. The Organization Management screen opens. We can click the Add Organization button on the bottom left of the screen to begin setup of our new organization. Let's give our new organization a name, then click the Confirm button to save. With our new organization selected, the left navigation panel comes to life. All functions are available to me as the owner of the organization, since I just set it up. In the Overview segment, I am able to edit the name I gave it. I can also add an extended description as well as delete the organization as long as there are no projects in it. The next tab is the organization roles. There are currently 3 predefined roles: Admin, Basic, and Viewer. These roles are available to manage different access levels to organizations and projects. The Viewer role is given to users invited to a project with only permissions to view the project and its contents. The Basic role, though initially predefined at the organization level, can be further modified, giving it more granular access at the project level for a particular user. The Admin role essentially gives the user the assigned full access to the organization and projects. The next tab is Users. This is a list of all users that already belong or have invitations pending to this organization. You may also invite new users to the organization from this tab. The next tab is Teams. Teams are a very powerful feature where we can create groups of users and contractors to place across multiple projects. You will learn more about this later in the video. The Projects tab lists all projects that belong to the currently selected organization. We can also add projects to our organization here. Click the button to create a project. Add the name or title of the project. That is the only required field. Optionally, you may add a description, upload an image that will become the thumbnail image of the project, and add the project location as an address. When ready, press Confirm and you will see the project added to the list of projects for the current organization. Let's take a look at the Users tab for our organization. Here we can invite someone to our project. Enter their email address. Then set the access level you would like this user to have for the organization. Optionally, you can invite the new user to any of this organization's projects by checking the box next to each project you wish. Then click Confirm. You can now see the user added to our organization's list of users and the status set as Invitation Pending. Click on the ellipsis on the right and you can resend or cancel the invitation. If you have previously set up projects in Stages prior to the organization functionality being added to our product, an organization has been created automatically based on your login name. Any collaborators that you have previously invited to any of your projects will automatically be added to the basic organization role level assigned to them. Now, we will log into a different account that already has a number of projects they own or have been invited to by someone else as a collaborator. You can see in the thumbnail tile of each project the name of the author and the name of the organization the project belongs to. We will click on the Organizations item in the top left menu bar. Once the page opens, you can select the Organizations drop-down. You can see our new example organization listed at the bottom. Since I am now logged in as the newly invited user, a pop-up tells me I have been invited to that organization. I can now accept the invite here. We now see only the organization overview since we are assigned to the basic role within this organization. If we now click on the Projects tab on the top left menu bar, we can see the new project in the new organization. Since we are still logged in as my longtime user account, let's see how my access to organization looks now. I will click the Organizations tab on the top left menu bar. Our Organizations window opens. By clicking on the Organizations drop-down, I'm able to see all organizations I have access to now. I click my own organization. I can see a list of users that are part of my organization. You can see me listed as owners. I have other users, some with viewer permissions and some with basic. By clicking the ellipsis on the right side of any line of a user, we can change the access level for that user in this organization. We can click on the Projects tab to see a list of all projects in this organization, along with how many users and teams are in each project. We can click the ellipsis on the right to go straight to that project's user dashboard. We can see the full list of users in that project. In that list, I can click the ellipsis on the right of any user line to modify specific permissions in this project for that user. In this case, we choose a basic user, and I can elevate permissions beyond the defaults, allowing them to access things like the synchronization panel, or update other user stages, etc. You have this ability to manage every user or team's permissions on any specific project at this level. Let's take a look at organizations in our standalone desktop edition of Stages. After you log in to Desktop Stages, click the menu hamburger in the upper left corner and select Organizations. You will see the exact same data that was in the web version since all versions of Stages share the same data. My main organization is loaded by default. In the desktop version, you are able to load a thumbnail image for the organization as well. Let's look at Teams. Click on the Teams tab. You can see we have created a team but have not yet added any members. Click on the ellipsis on the right end of the team line. Choose View Settings. Once the page loads, click Settings for this team. We can modify individual permissions here, just like we did with a single user. Clicking the Members button at the top will open a page to view and add members. To add members to this team, we can select each member of our organization by checking the box next to their username. Time for another pro tip. If someone has their permissions set as a viewer in our organization, they may be added to a team with elevated permissions, but they will still always only retain permissions as a viewer. Their permissions will not be elevated to the team level permissions. The same applies to the admin role. Anyone with the admin role will retain the permissions always available to the admin regardless of the settings of the team's permissions. Teams was designed with the basic role users in mind. You can put multiple users in multiple teams across your projects. With Teams, you will not need to manage every user's permission on every project. Let's click on our organization's projects. Select the dashboard for a project with the ellipsis at the end of the project line. When the project dashboard opens, click on the Teams tab at the top of the page. Click the Add Team button on the top right. A pop-up opens with our teams. We can select which team or teams we would like to add to our project. Now everyone that is a member of the team will have the team permissions in this project. Welcome to Organizations. I think you'll find organizations a very powerful way to manage large numbers of members and users across your projects.